Right, let me record from my side and let me share the screen. Okay, fine. So you have a question now. Everyone is getting 18456 error only. How to find out Afifa? In Afifa case, Afifa is trying to log in. Okay, Afifa forgot her password or else Afifa giving wrong username. Afifa is trying to log into the SQL server, but she is getting 18456 error. Immediately Afifa pinged a DBA. Hey DBA, yesterday someone created my login, but I am unable to log into the SQL server. Yesterday it was working fine. Now it is not working properly. So now you want to find what is the what is the reason why she is unable to log into the SQL server. What is the exact reason? Whether she is wrong, she is giving wrong username, or she is giving wrong password, or she is giving expired password, or the user is not there. Someone deleted the login for Afifa. Okay, so in such case, where we can find it? Okay, so forget about these two connections. These are one from Srinath, one from Afifa. Okay, go to the SQL Server error log management. Go to the SQL Server logs, current error log. Double click on it. There you can see easily check. Okay, see these are all 18456 errors. Whatever we just got now, these are all 18456 errors. See here, 18456 error. Login failed for user Afifa. Reason could not find a login matching name provided. Okay, why? Because you are giving AFIFA, but we have AFFIFA, right? So this login name is not there. It is clearly saying could not find a login matching the name provided. Okay, could not find a login matching means the login itself is not there. In the same way Afifa, you can see Sunil. Okay, you can see Sunil, right? Let me do one thing. Let me give correct username and let me give wrong password. You can see that as well in the error log. Okay, what I'll do for Afifa, username is correct, right? I'll give 1 2 3 4 password. Instead of 1 2 3, I'm giving wrong password. Okay, of course I'll get 18456 error. Okay, just click OK. Go to the error log and you can see if password is wrong. Refresh the log. Okay, refresh the log. See here, just now at 7:45 43 seconds, log on error. You can see server time is 7:45 and you can see reason password did not match that for the login provided. Means we can clearly understand. See here, this is the username. Login failed for user Afifa. A reason password did not match that the login provided. Means Afifa is not giving correct password. Afifa is saying I am giving wrong password. But when you check the error log, it is showing password did not match. Might be Afifa forgot the password. Why? Because yesterday we gave default password to Afifa. Yesterday Afifa changed that password. She forget that she changed that password. She is still trying with the wrong password. And she is arguing with us. No, 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 I am giving the correct password only. Yesterday DBA people gave this password. I am using that password. So the reason we can clearly see if password expired, if you are giving wrong password, the login is not there. Okay, so in all these scenarios, you can clearly see in the error log what is the problem, why she is unable to log into the SQL server, right? Clear, right? You have to check in the SQL server error logs, current error log, you have to check. Fine, fine, right. So this is how we can create a, yes.
మనకి సార్ మనకి సీక్వెల్ లాగిన్ మీకు ఇప్పుడు మీ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటర్ కాబట్టి మీరు లాగిన్ అయ్యగలిగారు సార్. సీక్వెల్ లాగిన్ ఫెయిల్ అయిందని చూడగలిగారు. ఒకవేళ మనకి విండోస్ లాగిన్ ఫెయిల్ అయిందనుకో సార్, 18456 వచ్చిందనుకో సార్, యాక్చువల్ గా విండోస్ లాగిన్ మనకి పాస్వర్డ్ అడగదు. ఆ సినారియో వస్తే మనకి అంటే ఆ సినారియో వచ్చే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉన్నాయా సార్? ఒకవేళ వస్తే మనకి
we will get the same scenario even for Windows logins also. We'll get the same kind of error. See, it doesn't ask password, but don't think like in the background it doesn't check for password. Background it will check for the password. Okay, and one more thing. Okay, one more thing. The logic here is if Windows login password expired. First thing, imagine like that. First of all, he cannot log into Windows machine, right? So if he cannot log into Windows machine, how can he connect to SQL server? If he cannot connect to SQL server, the error itself will not be generated, right? Whenever if you are trying to connect to a SQL server, then the error will be generated. but you are saying the password is wrong. If the password is wrong, how can you connect to the Windows machine first? If you cannot connect to Windows machine, how can you open SQL Server Management Studio and how can you connect? If you don't connect, it won't throw the error. Then if his password expired while logging into the Windows machine,
Yes.
he's giving wrong password, then he has to check with the Windows team. Nothing is in our hands. If his password expired in the Windows level, he has to check with the Windows team, right? Clear?
ఎస్ సార్. అంటే నా నా సినారియో ఏంటంటే సార్, ఇప్పుడు మన లాస్ట్ టైం మీరు చెప్పినట్టుగా మన పాస్వర్డ్స్ మనం మారుస్తూ ఉంటాం సార్. ఇప్పుడు మన డెస్క్టాప్ పాస్వర్డ్స్
Yes.
మారుస్తూ ఉంటాము.
Yes.
ఎవ్రీ మంత్ మార్చమన్నారు కదా.
Yes.
సో అప్పుడు మనం డెస్క్టాప్ పాస్వర్డ్ చేంజ్ చేసినప్పుడు మనకి మనం SQL సర్వర్ లాగిన్ అయినప్పుడు అది ఎలా అథెంటికేషన్
No
చేసుకుంటాం
issues.
సార్ మరి?
See, this is the password you are changing in the Windows machine level. Okay, you are not giving any
Yes,
new
sir.
password in the SQL level, right? So once you change the password for this machine, imagine 106 is the machine. Now now it is prompting us to change the password. I have changed the password. So once my password is changed, it will be changed in the LUSR, MGR, MSC screen, right? Fine. So whenever you are logging into
Yes,
the
sir.
next time, you have to give the changed password, right? Once you give changed password, you can directly log into the machine, right? So once you successfully logged into the machine, then no one can stop you. If you are a login for SQL Server, you can happily log in. SQL Server won't identify or detect your password is changed or not. Simply whether you are logged into the Windows machine. Once you successfully logged into the Windows machine, SQL will depends. Yesterday we discussed SQL will depends on Windows machine for security,
Yes, sir.
right? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Any questions, guys? Just a minute. Just a minute, guys. Just 1 minute. I'll be back. Okay. Right. Okay. Fine. So yesterday we have discussed a default login can connect to a SQL server, right? I did not give any access to Afifa. I did not give any access to Srinath. Okay. But still they can connect to my SQL server. You can see here, Srinath, Afifa. Okay. Actually, I just connected using their names to demonstrate. Okay. So don't think like in the same connection, I'm going to use Srinath connection, Afifa login and all to connect to SQL server. Just to demonstrate, just for the demo purpose, I connected using Srinath login and using Afifa login. Okay. Right. So in the once Srinath connected to their office laptops, once Srinath connected to the server, then he can connect his own login. I'm just using his login to demonstrate. Okay. So usually in the organization, you don't connect using with any other logins. You will connect with your own login. This is your login. Might be your name will be there here. That's it. Okay. Instead of administrator, your name will be there here. Right. Okay. So Srinath, let's go with the Srinath. Let's disconnect again. Let's connect again with Srinath or Afifa. Okay. Go to connect and Afifa. Let me go with Afifa. 1, 2, 3 password, right? Connect. And you can see here. Now, this is my administrator connection. This area you can see the plus symbol, under plus symbol, whatever objects you can see, all these belongs to administrator connection until X event profiler. Again, you can see server name with Afifa connection. From here, these objects belongs to Afifa. Okay. So if Afifa wants to access any database, can she access the database?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. She cannot. Okay. Why? Because you can see here, Afifa, a default login by default can connect to a SQL server. That's it. She cannot access any of the objects. Afifa, we created login for Afifa. Afifa is connected. Yes, that's fine. If you just create a login, that login it can connect to SQL server. It can't do anything. See here, if I'm trying to expand database, for expanding database also I don't have permissions. I means Afifa don't have permissions. The database bash@9 is not accessible. The database Paytm is not accessible. Okay, and you can see securities and logins. See here, you can see only 2 logins, but you can see how many logins, almost 10-15 logins are there in this list. Why she can only see she can only see 2 logins here? Same server. I'm not connected
Don't
to
have
different server.
access.
Very good. She don't have access to see other logins. That's why she can see a default login SCA and she can see her own login Afifa. Right? Clear, she don't have access to anything. Afifa don't have access to anything. She is just a dummy login now. She don't have access to anything. Right? So fine, here, if you see here, she cannot access the database. Just refresh it. If you can't see plus symbol, just select the object, refresh it, you can see the plus symbol. And if you can select that particular object, plus symbol means you're trying to read the database. So as of now, Afifa doesn't have access on bash 39. So that's why Afifa getting error. If you can see here, if I'm expanding the same database, I can get it. Okay. So I can access these databases. You can see here. You can see here. Why? Because I'm an administrator. I have all privileges, but Afifa is just a login. She doesn't have any privileges. Let me give access to Afifa on bash 39 database. So permissions wise, okay, what is the difference between a Windows login and a SQL login? Only while connecting, there is a difference. That's it. Permissions wise, working wise, everything will work same. Don't think different way is there for giving permissions to Windows login, different way is there for giving permissions to SQL login. Okay. Any login is a login only here. Once you created a login, how I am giving access to Afifa, in the same way I can give access to Windows login also. There is no different way or procedure in giving access to a Windows login and SQL login. Right. So let me go with this one. Fine. Afifa wants to access the database. Afifa requested, hey, SQL DB team, I want to access bash 39 or Paytm database. Can you provide the access? Okay. What is the first thing you have to check once she raised a request? Okay. So the first thing you have to check is if anyone is asking, hey, please provide the permissions on the database, on this database, on this table. Okay. Can I give the permissions directly?
No, we can't give it because first we need to check with their, team lead or manager.
Very good. Okay. So first of all, we need approval from them. Okay. Lot of people. Okay. If I directly ask, hey, HR team, can you please give me access to salary table? Are they going to give access to us? Why? Because if
No, that is like
yeah,
kind of issues.
yeah, if they gave
We
access, we
need
will
some-
check all the salaries. That person is getting this much. I'm also having same experience than him. We are also doing same work. So why he is getting that much? Why I'm getting this much? Please change my salary. It will create lot of issues. They don't they don't change the salary. Okay, they don't change the salary. It will create a lot of issues. That's why security should be there for each and every record, not database. Each and every record in the organization will maintain security. If you are an authorized person, then you can access the database or data. If you are not authorized person, if you are not authorized to view the data, we cannot. So whenever is asking us, hey, please provide permissions on this database, on this table. Okay. So don't tell them I won't provide permissions. Okay. So don't tell them directly. Okay, we are going to provide it. So can you please, okay, approve this request from your manager and please attach approval mail in this ticket so that I can proceed to give the permissions. You have to gently remind them. This is what the procedure for us we are following. Okay, we cannot directly provide permissions for any user. Please, okay, make sure your manager is approved, means you're an authorized person to access the data. Why? Because sometimes users also are very intelligent. What they will do, they will simply access permissions. They will simply ask permissions. They will simply ask approval for one database, and they will mention multiple databases in the ticket. While sending approval mail to the manager, hey manager, can you please can you please allow me to access Paytm database? Can you please approve this request? They will send like that. What manager will do? Manager will send simply approved. Once manager approved, they will attach that email copy into the ticket. What we are going to see, manager is approved or not. In the ticket, what they will mention, I need access, read, write access on Paytm, Bash, etc. All the databases they will mention. So if we give access, there are a lot of access are there, read access, write access. Okay. So if we give read access also, it will create a problem. It will, if we give write access also, might be they may delete, they may add some of the data, they may delete some of the data. That is then also it is a problem. I'm not saying wantedly they are going to do.
The mail should.
Yes.
Actually, the mail itself it should give clear.
Yes. In the mail, it should be
I mean,
clearly mentioned on what
accessible, right? Like
database.
reader.
Yes. Yes. In the mail, they Afifa should ask clearly, I need read access on this database of this server. Okay. She has to ask clearly, and manager has to approve. Some managers, what they will do, simply approved, please provide read access on Bash 39 database to Afifa on this server. Some managers will write clearly. Some managers, what they will do, simply they will reply to that mail approved. So if you see approved, don't think, okay, Afifa can access all the databases, all the tables. Make sure what tables she need, what kind of access she need, that was clearly mentioned in the mail or not. They will mention one database, they will ask for all the databases, or they will mention for one database and they will mention two databases in the ticket. In the mail, they will mention one database. In the ticket, they will mention 2-3 databases. So make sure, okay, so on how many databases they requested access in that mail, for the same databases, you try to provide the access, right? That is the process. So let's see now, how can Afifa can access databases. Double click on Afifa, go to user mapping. Okay, so if you see here, imagine Afifa wants to access Bash 39, right? Go to security, go to users. There is no Afifa, right? Afifa, right? So let's give access to Afifa login. Now you can see the difference. See here, now Afifa wants to access Bash 39. Select the Bash 39 database. What database you want to access? Select the database. And of course, if you see here under user field, you can see Afifa user is going to be created now. Okay. And you can ask, sir, can I change a username for Afifa? So login name is different, username is different. Right? You can change it, you can edit it. It will allow us to edit it. Okay, you can see here, you can edit it, but it's not a good practice. Don't change the username and login name. Keep it as it is. Why? Because if something happened with the Afifa login, in order to troubleshoot the issue, we'll see whether Afifa user is there or not in the database. If Afifa is renamed to different name, okay, Farjana. Afifa full name is Farjana. Afifa is renamed to Farjana. What we are going to search? We'll search whether Afifa is there or not in the database users list. But Afifa is renamed as Farjana. So what we'll think? Okay, Afifa user is not there. That's why might be it is creating issue. So we'll get this kind of confusion. So don't change the username. What is the login name? Keep it as same username. Automatically username will come as a login name. So don't try to change the username. Keep it as it is. Default schema is DBO. We'll mention DBO is the default schema. So I am just giving access to database. That's it. I'm not giving access, read access, write access. I'm not giving anything. I'm just giving access to database. Means now she can only connect to database. Again, she cannot read it, write it, anything. If she want read access, I have to give data reader option. If she want write access on this database, I have to give data writer option. So each role, these are the database roles. Each role will have different meanings. As you can see, data reader writer, you can easily understand. Okay, but we can see lot of other roles also, right? So I'll explain about the database roles in the next class, right? So like this, if Afifa wants to read the whole database, you can give read access. If Afifa wants to write the database, data writer option, if you give data writer option to or permission to Afifa, she can create tables, she can delete tables, whatever she wants, she can do everything in the database. I'm not going to give any access as of now. I'll give it later. So now I'm just giving simple connect permission to database. So what it means, by default, she's a member of public role. I will explain again. I'm simply giving connect permission to database. So now Afifa can only see here. Once I click OK, automatically in the users of batch 39, Afifa is created. Afifa user is created. Right now, Afifa, where I have to check? I have to go to Afifa login. This is Afifa login, right? Earlier, I don't have access. If I'm trying to expand this database, I'm getting error. Now, if you are trying to expand it, now you can expand the objects, but you cannot access Paytm again. Why? Because Afifa is only having access on batch 39 database only. Afifa is not authorized to access Paytm database. So Afifa will get the error if you are trying to access another database. Definitely she is going to get the error. Okay, right? She cannot see other tables and all. See, any table she cannot see. And let me check in what database we have tables. Batch 39 we have tables, huh? Let me check. Yes, we have two tables: colors table, student table in the batch 39. I can see as I am an administrator, but Afifa cannot see here. See here, Afifa cannot see the tables. Why? She is not an authorized person to see the tables. She is only having just a connect permission to database. That's it. Means she cannot do anything on the database now. If we gave read access, write access, then she can see all the table names. Okay, but we haven't give any permissions, right? So she cannot give. So in this way, we can give any permissions to any login on any database. There are different permissions are there. We can the permissions, the security is like very secured SQL Server. So if I have 100 tables in my database, I can, if Afifa is authorized to view only one table, I can simply give access to a single table for Afifa. I can see here two tables are there, right? Afifa wants to access only one table, student table wants to access. I can simply give access to student table for Afifa. She can only access student table. She cannot see colors table also. She cannot access colors table also. So in that way, we can secure the SQL Server. Okay, we can give access on table level. We can give access on database level, server level we can give on table level, we can give on, right, table level as discussed. We can give permissions on table level, database level, table level. Okay, if she wants read access, we can give read access. Read write will give. Write access will automatically give, no, write access will give write access only. It won't give automatically, it won't give read access. Okay, so this is, in this way you can give access to any login on any database. Right, clear guys? Any issues, any doubts?
సార్ మన ఇక్కడ డేటాబేస్ స్నాప్ షాట్ అని చూస్తున్నాం కదా సార్, బట్ మనం డేటాబేస్ క్రియేట్ చేసాం కానీ స్నాప్ షాట్ పే చేయలేదు సార్.
No. Database snapshots here, usually you can create database snapshots. Snapshot means a copy of the database. Okay, so usually database snapshots, she cannot access any of the things also. Afifa cannot access even database snapshots also. She can see the folder and all, but she cannot access database snapshots. Right? Yeah.
సార్ మనం చెప్పినట్టు విండోస్ లాగిన్ అండ్ ఎస్క్యూఎల్ లాగిన్ రెండు ట్రై చేసాం, కానీ గ్రూప్స్ వచ్చేసరికి మనకి విండోస్ తో సపరేట్ గా ఎస్క్యూఎల్
there is no, I'll explain about group login while creating Active Directory. Okay, so group login will help you to create a group of the login. I told you, right, if 10 DBs are there, I don't create, okay, each one individually. It's not good. If 20 DBs are there, I don't create each login individually. right? What I'll do, I'll create a group login. Group login concept is there only for Windows logins. Okay,
Okay.
you have to create a Windows level group
Understood.
in the Windows level or Active Directory. Okay, so that can be explained in the Active Directory concept. Now you will be little bit confused. Nothing is there, simply as I told you, right? Okay, so usually group logins are very helpful. In the organization also will prefer group logins only instead of individual logins. So I am going to group all the logins, that's it. Whatever permissions I want to give, I can give to that group. Imagine 30 people are there. Imagine not only DBS users, developers are there. Okay, I'm having a development team. The development team like are having like 30 members in the team. So everyone needs same permissions on same databases. So in such case, why? Because all are developers only, right?
Sure.
All should have same access, right? So in such case, what I'll do, instead of creating 30 logins in the SQL server, I'll ask them to create a Windows level group login. I'll ask them to check with the Windows team. Hey guys, please go with Windows team. Ask them to create a AD group for them. Windows team will create AD group. Okay, AD group means it's a group. In the Active Directory, they will create group that is called AD group. Okay, Windows team, they will create a group for all the 30 members. They will add all members to that particular group. Then simply will create a group login. See, there is no concept here. You can see only two logins, right? Windows login, SQL login, right? So if it is a group login, it should be Windows login only. There is no concept of SQL group login. Why? Because SQL level means we are going to give dynamically. At that time, we will give. So if it is a group login means choose Windows login, search, type group name here. Once you type group name, if that group is existed in the Windows level, you can get that group here, right? If group is not existed in the Windows level, you will get the error like the group is not found. So Windows team has to create a group for them, and once they created a group for them, then we can create a login for them. So now a group login will be created for all the developers. So all 30 members are members of that particular group. 30 people are members of that particular group. So if all people wants to access a single database, I can simply double click on them. I can give access on any database. So imagine they want to access Paytm. I can give Paytm database access. So now all team can access the Paytm database. Whatever permissions you will give based on that, if it is read or write or any permissions, all 30 people. If there is no group login, we have to create 30 logins in the SQL server. We have to give access to each login on Paytm database 30 times. Every action you have to do 30 times. If 100 people are there, every action you have to do 100 times. And the list also won't looks good. Imagine 30 logins are there in this list. The logins list will be increased. It won't be good maintenance wise. That's why we'll prefer group logins in the organization. Okay, in the Active Directory concept, I will explain how to create a group. Now also I can create a group. Simply here I can go to groups. I can create one group, SQL DBA group. Okay, so before that, what I'll do, I'll create 2-3 users. I'll add all 2-3 users to that group. Then I'll go to the SQL. You can try it. Okay, then I'll go to the SQL server. I'll create a group login for them. Okay, if you want, you can see here. Let me quickly create a group. Okay, so before that, if we are creating group means at least 2-3 users should be there, right? So let me do that. Let me go with a new user. Let me go with Vishnu. Tap password I'm giving. I'm just creating. Okay, just 2-3 users, and let me go with Farjana. In the Windows, okay, in the organization we don't create groups. Okay, Windows people will create the groups and all. Okay, we don't have access to create it. These groups are going to be created in the Active Directory level. So I just created 2 users, Vishnu. Okay, Srinath is already there. Let me add him in the group. Farjana. Let me go to the groups. Right click, new group. Imagine these 3 people are SQL DBS. Okay, giving group name, add. As we have already created, Srinath, and comma, you can give comma. Okay, and who is that? Farjana, and comma, who is that? Vishnu. Okay, just give all the names. You want to add all these people in this. Okay, Srinath is not there, huh? Let me go with this one, semicolon. Right, okay. Right, so you can see here computer name Srinath, computer name Farjana, computer name Vishnu. You can add all 3 people to this group. Like that 30 people are there, you can add all 30 people to this group. But who will do this activity? Windows team will do. Create it. Now SQL DBA group is created. Where is that? Here. So go to logins here, right click, new login. As it is a Windows login, group is also Windows login, right? Make sure Windows authentication is selected. Go to search. Here what you can do is you have to choose groups also. Okay, otherwise it will throw the error. What is the group name? SQL DBS. Check names. You can see computer name / group name. Click OK. Click OK. That's it. This is how we'll create a group login. Okay, so now all 3 people. Now I want to access to all 3 people, Farjana, Vishnu, Srinath, on Paytm database. Instead of giving individual access for Srinath, for Vishnu, okay, for Afifa, instead of giving individual access to them, what I'll do, I'll give read access to all this group so that the members of this group can access my Paytm database. Earlier, Afifa doesn't have access, right? Of course, now I cannot show you. Why? Because they has to log in with their Windows credentials. Okay, here if I gave access also, I cannot show you. These are the SQL logins. Okay, this is Afifa SQL login. She cannot access the database. If you want, you can see here. Why? Because I gave access to Afifa Windows login. Afifa means, sorry, Farjana. I gave access to Farjana, but this login account is Afifa. Okay, but she still cannot, okay, read Paytm database. Why? Because both are different logins. First thing, if Srinath wants to check his access, see here, Srinath is already there, right? So as it is Windows login, again Srinath has to connect with his name. Okay, he has to log off from the server. I have to log it in as Srinath and I have to open SSMS and I can check whether I can access Paytm database or not. Or else another way is I have to open Management Studio with run as a different user. I can give Srinath credentials or Farjana credentials or whoever their Vishnu credentials. I can open Management Studio. I can connect to a Paytm database. Clear? This is how. There is no difference in creating a group login. Only thing is there is no difference in creating a group login. Okay, so same thing, simply you have to give the group name and you have to choose groups and the object types. Okay, so that is the only difference. The main advantage is again and again no need to give permissions to individual users. Once you create the group, you can give permissions to the whole group, so all of the members who are the members of this group will get the same access and they can connect to the database, and depends upon their permissions they can do whatever they want, depends upon their permissions. Clear? If it is a group login, you can see two users like this. Okay, two users with one server is a group login. Computer name with name is a in Windows login. Just a single name is a SQL login. This is how you can identify the difference between a group login, a SQL login, and Windows login. Clear, guys? Any issues, any doubts?
సార్
Okay. Yeah.
ఇప్పుడు మనకి విండోస్ లాగిన్ లో 2 టైప్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా సార్, విండోస్ యూజర్ లాగిన్ అండ్ విండోస్ గ్రూప్ లాగిన్.
Yes.
సో ఇప్పుడు విండోస్ గ్రూప్ లాగిన్ లో ఏదైనా మెంబర్ మనం విండోస్ లెవెల్ లో డ్రాప్ చేసాం కదా, శ్రీనాథ్ కానీ లేకపోతే
Yes.
విష్ణు కానీ ఏదైనా మనం డ్రాప్ చేసాం కదా సార్, సో ఆయన SQL లెవెల్ లో లాగిన్ అవ్వచ్చా సార్?
How? Tell me. Tell me. You only tell me. Is it possible to log in? Just logically tell me. Okay. Forget about the answer and all.
లాగిన్ అవ్వచ్చు అనుకుంటున్నాను.
Why?
వీళ్ళు SQL లెవెల్ లాగిన్ కదా సార్.
But from where SQL is reading the logins? From where SQL is? Did I added anyone in the SQL level, or I just added only the group?
Okay, okay. Group login, yes, sir.
Group means from
Got
where
it, sir.
it is going to read from the Windows level group,
Windows,
right?
Windows.
So at that time, who are there in the group, they only can connect to a SQL server. If you remove anyone, he cannot connect to SQL server. If you remove that person, first of all, tell me logically, if you remove Srinath from the group, how Srinath can log into the Windows machine first? He cannot log into Windows machine. If he cannot log into Windows machine, how can he connect to SQL server? Right?
Sir, meeting is going to end, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir,
Yes. Clear,
okay.
right?
Sir, వన్
Yeah.
మోర్ డౌట్ సార్. మనకి ఇప్పుడు విండోస్ లెవెల్లో యూజర్స్ ఉన్నారు కదా సార్, మనం విండోస్ లో లాగిన్ అవ్వాలంటే, విండోస్ ఎస్ఎంఎస్ లాగిన్ అవ్వాలంటే ఎప్పుడు డిఫాల్ట్ ఒకటి గ్రే అవుట్ వచ్చేస్తుంది కదా సార్, మరి వీటిని ఎలా లాగిన్ అవుతాం సార్ ఈ యూజర్స్ ని? ఇంకో విండోస్ యూజర్ ని లాగిన్ అవ్వాలంటే శ్రీనాథ్ కావచ్చు, లేకపోతే ఎస్క్యూఎల్ డిబిఏ కావచ్చు. ఎస్క్యూఎల్ డిబిలో మళ్ళీ అగైన్ ఒక 3 యూజర్స్ ఉన్నారు కదా సార్.
Okay. So let me reconnect again. Please join with the same link. Okay. Please join with the same link. I'll close and I'll open meeting again.